What's up, guys? Today is Tuesday, May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. So hopefully you guys are doing your Cinco de Mayo assignments and getting your learn on so that you understand the purpose of Cinco de Mayo. But today, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be looking at some mixed numbers. All right, so some key terms that you guys are going to need to know for today's last math lesson are: what is a mixed number? What is an improper fraction? What is a denominator? And what is a numerator? All right. What I can tell you is that a numerator is the number that's on the top part of a fraction, and a denominator is the part that's on the bottom. Some people remember that by saying Ned rides the donkey, or Ned on top of the donkey. All right. Ned, so numerator over the denominator. All right. When that happens, that's a proper fraction. But when that gets switched, where the top number is larger than the bottom number, that becomes an improper fraction. And we are actually going to be converting mixed numbers into improper fractions today so that later we can add and subtract them. Okay? So what is a mixed number? A mixed number is when there is a whole number that is attached to a fraction. For example, 5 and 2/3. That means you have 5 wholes and 2/3 of a whole. All right, so 5 and 2/3 would be a mixed number, and we're going to be converting that into an improper fraction. All right, so again, your key terms are numerator, denominator, mixed number, and improper fraction. All right, so let's take a look at some mixed numbers that we're going to convert into improper fractions so that we can reach our goal of eventually adding and subtracting those improper fractions. All right, let's jump into that part of the video. All right, guys, so let's talk about what a mixed number is. First of all, a mixed number is a fraction that has a whole number, like this, the whole number of 5, and a mixed fraction like this, 3/8. Okay, so it has a whole number and a fraction, all right, a proper fraction. All right, so really what this is saying is you have 5 wholes, so that's 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Those all are 1 whole each, plus 3/8. Now, you could do it this way if you wanted to add all these up and find your common denominator on the bottom. But a much faster and easier way to do that is to simply multiply the denominator by the whole number. So in this case, 8 times 5. This times this. Then you're going to add the numerator here. Okay? So 8 times 5 plus 3. All right? 8 times 5 is 40, plus 3 equals 43. Okay? Then what we do is we keep the denominator, this guy here, the same. So we're going to take this 8 and we're going to make it into a denominator. So what we just did is we converted 5 and 3/8 into 43/8. Okay, this is called an improper fraction. Improper fraction. Okay. So we are converting mixed numbers, which is this, into improper fractions, which is this. All right. So let's try another one. So our goal this week is going to be to convert all of our mixed numbers into improper fractions. All right. So again, a mixed number looks like this, 3 and 3/5. Okay. Now we're going to convert it into an improper fraction, which is going to have a numerator that is larger than a denominator. So let's get to work. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to multiply 3 times 5. Okay? 3 times 5. This times this. The denominator times the whole number. Then we're going to add the numerator, which is this guy, the 3. Okay? So we're going to say plus 3. So what we just did was we took the 5 times the 3 here, the 3 on the outside, and we added the 3 on the top. We took our denominator times our whole number and added our numerator. That gives us 3 times 5, which is 15, plus 3, which is 18. All right? So now we know that our top number is going to be 18. Now, we keep our denominator the same. So that just stays as a fifth, okay? So therefore, we have just converted the mixed number 3 3/5 into the improper fraction 18/5. So 18/5 is our answer, and it is an improper fraction. Again, what makes it improper? What makes it improper is that the denominator is smaller than the numerator, or that the numerator is larger than the denominator. Okay? That means it has to have some whole numbers in it. All right? The reason that we do that is so that we can add and subtract fractions, which we will get to. But for this week, all we are doing is converting mixed numbers into improper fractions. So we're going to do one more, and then I'm going to give you guys your assignments, okay? For the week. I have 6 improper fractions, or excuse me, 6 mixed numbers for you guys that you are going to convert into improper fractions. So we're going to do one more. Let's take the number 2. That's a whole number. And we're going to put a fraction next to it. 2 3/8. All right. So step 1 is we are going to multiply our denominator, 8, by our whole number, 2. So 8 times 2. Okay, now, after we get that answer, which is going to be 16, we're going to add the numerator to that total. So 8 times 2 plus 3. 16 plus 3 equals 19. All right, so our numerator becomes 19. Our denominator stays the same. So we just converted the mixed number 2 3/8 into the improper fraction 19/8. Improper fraction. And again, the reason it's improper is because the numerator is larger than the denominator. The numerator in this case is 19, which is bigger than the number 8, which is the denominator. So therefore, it becomes an improper fraction. So it started as a mixed number, and it became an improper fraction. That's what we're doing this week. We are converting mixed numbers into improper fractions. All right? So here are your... Let's see if I can get that so you can read it easily. Here are your 6 problems. You have 7 2/3, 8 2/9, 5 2/5, 6 2/9, 3 3/8, and 4 7/8. So feel free to go ahead and pause your video and write those down, and then convert these mixed numbers here into improper fractions. And we'll check in tomorrow. All right? All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you in a bit.